school, if the teacher asked you to, okay, here's 20 spelling words, I want you to write sentences, we were so busy trying to hurry and finish, we just looked at the first definition, wrote a sentence, went to the next word, first definition, wrote a sentence. We never read it more, we never read it, listen to me. We never read more than we needed to read, thank you, sweetie, to just make sure we understood enough to write a sentence. And that's really all we were taught. But that's not how they teach their children. So their children were taught what we're learning today. And I'm in my 40s, and I think I was in my 40s when I learned it. Is it okay to erase this? Anyone have any objections? Okay, my pouch is bumping into this as well as my feet, so let me take my pouch out so I don't knock the whole board over. All right, one of the things that we need to know about English is that it is an equivocal language. I would like for you all to turn in your dictionary to the word equivocal. E-Q-U-I-O, nope, my bad. E-Q-U-I-V-O-C-L. Equivocal. C-L. Did I say C-L? See? I need to do a figure. Frequently, I'll think something and what I'm thinking and what I'm saying are not always the same. I have to try to get my brain in sync with my mouth. E-Q-U-I-V-O-C-A-L. Equivocal. It's very important that you look this up. See, this is what's taking a little bit of the time. Now, while you guys are turning there, I'm going to go and start reading because we got a late start. Is that okay? Or do you want me to try to wait until most of you are on the page?
Go.
Yeah, they're being recorded. Okay. Equivocal means lots of things, and some of your dictionaries will tell you exactly what it means, and some of them will not. The most important thing you should know about equivocal language, which is what English is this, and this is an old definition of an old dictionary. Equivocal language is subject to two or more interpretations, and it is usually used to mislead. The dictionary specifically says that. It is used to mislead, to deceive, to confuse, and it is of uncertain nature or disposition toward a person or thing. It is of doubtful advantage, of doubtful genuineness, and of doubtful moral rectitude. That's what an equivocal language is. That's what English is. That's why when our ancestors used to say, the pale man speaks with forked tongue, that's what they were talking about. He says something and it's not usually what you think it means. Okay? All right. Now, I kind of want to share, turn to grammar. One of the things that you learn about English is what? Grammar. And you go to what? Grammar school to learn grammar. Grammar is spelled G-R-A-M-M-A-R. Grammar. Now, what you need to understand about the word grammar, is there anybody here that's ever seen this show that comes on weekly about the three sister witches called Charmed? Yeah. And they always talk about this book called the Grimoire, or the Dark Book of Shadows. That's another definition of the word grammar. Turn in your dictionary to the word grammar, and if it doesn't say it in the definition, it should say it in the bracket. That the word grammar is the same word as the word glamour, G-L-A-M-O-U-R. They're exactly the same. The word grimoire, I'm going to erase the equivocal if that's all right. Once you get this, I don't have a lot of specifics and answers. That's what Omari is for. What I'm here for today is to get you clear. Once you have clarity in the concept and you can see the big picture, then when people like Omari start shooting data at you, you're not sitting there and being bombarded with data. Once you have clarity see and you can see the big picture. Then when somebody starts throwing data at you, you can see it because now the fog is removed. That's what I do. I help people get things a little more clear. So I don't have a lot of specifics, but I can get you clear. Okay? All right. There's another word called grimoire, G-R-I-M-O-I-R-E. These three words are identical. Grimoire is G-R-I-M-M-A-I-R-E. And grimoire, G-R-I-M-O-I-R-E. These words are identical words. And when you look all of these words up in the dictionary, if you get to the brackets, then when you start looking into the derivations of the word, you will see that they're one and the same. So when you send your children to, and you went yourself, to grammar school, you were really being placed in a situation where you were being cast the most vital spell on yourself that could ever be cast. Grammar school is glamour school, grammar school, grammar school, and grimoire school. The evil book of shadows. You were put a spell on, and you've been all messed up ever since. And the vowels A-E-I-O-U are also a very key part of that. And you learn how not only to learn and memorize it, but you probably have a song that you can sing it and say it to memorize it. And you will see that when you get the article that they're going to hand out. I'm not even going to cover that, just read the article. It's only one page. It took up the whole back page of the article, of the newspaper, when I wrote it. And what is it called? I think the article is called The Spell That Cursed My People. I wrote it. Okay. Now, who has looked this word up? Because I'm going to tell you what it says here. This is what I got out of the dictionary on these words. The word grammar means evil book of shadows, smoke and mirrors, a mask, magic, enchantment, witchery, occult learning, a layer of dust or grime, fierce or cruel, and it also means epistle, E-P-I-S-T-L-E. That is what the dictionary had to say about this word. When you look up grammar, if you get into the who has it on the page? When you look in the bracket, you will find one or more of the variations in the bracket. And then when you go look up the variation, like this word, you don't see this one in the bracket. You look up this one, this should be in the bracket. You look up this one, this should be in the bracket. One or all of these should be in the bracket. As you go, you'll see they're all the same. And I don't have time to wait for you guys to all go through all the words. I'm just here to give you clarity of concept so you can figure this out. Yes, sir. I've gotten these from many, many dictionaries, but the dictionary that I like the most is the Random House College Dictionary, not Random House Webster. They're not the same book. This one I think is probably a 78, 76, 73, 78, something like that. I think those papers may have fallen out of mine. Huh? The front has nothing on it, but it's a Random House College. Usually, if you find it intact, it'll have a red desk cover over it. But at a certain point, Webster's took over. And Webster's is the worst thing going. This one is in 1973. Huh? I don't know. I don't know much about them. Is that what you have? Better than none.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. From what I remember, it's probably not that great. I say Oxford, but they're very expensive. Usually if you get a good Oxford dictionary, which most European households have, they come several volumes in the dictionary. There may be a whole book just for A, another one for B and C. So by the time you get an Oxford dictionary, you have what looks like an encyclopedia set. And it costs a lot of money.
Our bookstore has a 13-volume set sitting in its window right now for $650.
Right. And if you have it, get it. If you can afford it, get it. They're probably the best. But if you can't afford it, then find an old Random House that's not Webster. Webster should be the last thing you get, and get that only if you can't find anything else. Huh? Yeah. Actually, they're a lot of the problem. That's why they went about the affair of buying out and taking over most dictionary companies, including Random House, Merriam, and a bunch of other people. Webster just seized them all up and said, oh no, we got this covered. All right. Now, there's something else that I wanted to go over. How many people in here have heard that you are black? How many people here know